Okay, hello guys, new video here. This time around it's a Burning Arrow Elementalist build guide. TLDR, it is a very strong build. It is balanced, it is strong, you know how to scale it, pretty straightforward gameplay. You got your golems, they give you damage, regen, accuracy, phys damage reduction, overall like balanced defenses, balanced offenses. Clear is magnificent. Ignite prolif is the new explody. Single target needs some investment, to pop off. But like currently, I'm having a 6-link Zaf's Nurture, right? And I'm running GMP, and I don't even swap them out for for a single target swap. Works for me. Like I haven't cleared the Feared yet, but all the map bosses melt, Cirrus melts, and stuff like that. But yeah, let me showcase into a map real quick. Okay, we have there's a couple of map mods, actually 2 map mods that are pretty painful. They're possible, but pretty painful. One of them is monster have 70 to 75% chance to avoid elemental ailments. I think it's yeah, now it's 70, but usually it's 75 or 74 or something, because maps have increased map modifiers, right? So by default it's 70. It means that like 70% of your hits will not ignite, as well as ignite proliferation will not ignite 70% of the time, which is, it's bearable. You can, if it takes like 1 shot to clear a pack, it will take like three or maybe even 4 times to shoot at the pack to clear it, but it's possible. Boss will take like 2 times the time, somewhere around that, but it's doable. Let's run but the worst, even like the worst map mod, which is close to impossible, also doable with a mana flask swap. And like Cinder's Wall Sustain is no regen, because we have regen from Stone Golem, and it's pretty key to this build, right? I'm having like 1000 HP per regen second, which is, very comfortable defensive layer. So yeah, as you can see, like I shoot some stuff, I run around, pretty straightforward playstyle. I burn them, they burn. The ignite is green, not because I'm having MTX, but because of Cinder Swallow. It's a unique map. It's a unique flask. It has its green color. But yeah, like Katarina's flavor, kind of, So yeah, super strong defenses. I built this character pretty defensively because I felt like I was dying, getting 1 shot where I shouldn't have. I felt like damage was still okay, even after the switch. I switched to Divine Flesh and a different ascendancy point choice, because like there's multiple guides on this, right? And people play differently and have different play styles, and you can find many different takes on this build, but most of them are going golems, are going primordial chain, right? Are going anima stone and stuff like that. Zaf's Nurture. There's also a take on it with I remember the exact name, but like the weapon that gives you 300% of elemental damage or physical damage as a random element. But yeah, this is how I build it. I went for Divine Flesh as well as Ascendancy Primal Aegis. Super strong combination in conjunction with Taste of Hate. As you can see, like I pop Wave Conviction, I pop Val Burning Arrow, and they kind of burn. Just stand there and watch them burn. Just gonna stand there and watch them burn, right? Okay, so yeah, this was the map showcase. As you can see, T16 and tall, all can go, no problem. Took me what, 40 seconds? Maybe not. With you know what I mean. Without ultimatum, it would have been like, I don't know, a minute or something. But yeah. So here's how I built my character so far. Currently, I'm level 94. Switch a bitch. It's whatever name. Sorry for swearing, but yeah. I'm having 6 links of Snurcher, a super strong bow. Don't look at the quality at the enchant. It's actually worse because we want to, because we take our fizz damage and we convert it. That's why if you'd better have increased physical damage, because it's the first part of the formula that gets multiplied. So it's kind of a little bit better if there was no enchant. I actually checked it in POB, but still, you're looking to get as much increased physical damage as possible, obviously, to get more PDPS, which then gets converted with Burning Arrow. It says, you see the line, physical damage converted to fire damage. So we need high quality. Maybe you can buy Hillock weaponsmith in a TFT Discord, sorry. But yeah, as high Zof's Nurture as possible. It has Ignite Proliferation, so currently I'm running like a 7 link. That's why I can, afford to run multiple projectiles, but that's not the point. And then a Helm with Burning Arrow increased debuff effect. Best in slot would be Crown that gives flat added cold. I don't want to spend too much because I spent a lot anyway. But yeah, this one works. It's okay damage. I'm getting like 2 mil serious DPS. POB will be in the description. You can just copy it and follow me as we go through. Primordial Chain, obviously, I anoint Burning Brutality because it's a super strong node, but it's on the opposite side of the tree, right? Ignites, you inflict deal 8 damage faster, which means just 8% more damage, obviously. And on top of it, 8 fire damage down multi and some wet. Not bad, right? So Helm, Life Resist, and the enchant. These enchants are like, I don't know, maybe 20C, 30C, on a okay base. You just slap an essence on top of it, and you're good to go, or something. Something like that. Primordial Chain gives you 3% maximum number of summoned golem with stacked golems due to our ascendancy, and we want as many golems as possible because we get 25% increased damage per summoned golem and 25% increased effect of buffs per summoned golem, which we get here as well. So we get 50 per summoned golem, and golems give different buff effects. Ice Golem gives accuracy, which we kind of struggle otherwise to cap it. As you can see, like without my Ice Golem, I will have 81 and 74% chance to hit. It's not super crucial, but it's pretty important, You don't want to miss a shot. Boom, and we're capped almost. Like this is very bearable. I'm having my 6 golems, 5 golems in a 6 link. I bought them like 21 level gems. It's not min-max. They have more HP. So one of the biggest problems with this build is that golems die. Thankfully, GG made it so summoned golems are summoned for seconds after being killed, because with Primordial Chain they're very squishy. As you can see, golems have 35 to 45 less life. 45 to 35. 1 sec. It is very noticeable. Golems are one of the main sources of our damage, probably the main source of our damage. And the less golems we have, the less damage we do. The less accuracy we have, the less chaos, fizz damage reduction, attack speed and regen, obviously. That's why it's a pretty noticeable change. The way you negate it is you socket them in a 6 link in a body, preferably maybe even like a shaper base, or with +2, +1 at least, +2, +3 socketed gem levels, right? Strength levels is good because it's gonna empower our empower. Currently I'm running empower level 3 and like all the 21 golems. I bought them cheap, they're like 5 to 10C each. But ideally you want 2120 golems, or 2020 golems would be even better because they have HP with quality, right? So yeah, you can kind of negate it. I'm pretty sure if I had 2020 golems, I would have less problems with golems surviving, but this still works. Yeah, Apothecary Gloves, it's a new base. You want Hunter base. Hunter Apothecary Gloves, they cost like an X or something. They're pretty affordable, but Yeah, best in slot would be Hunter Apothecary Gloves. It's a new base that you craft with Scorched and maybe Pristine fossils, and you get the fire dot multi. Or you can just re-roll with fire, or, you know, any way you like it. You want fire dot multi, life, and resist. GG item, I think, would be fire dot multi awakened with Calling Strike. But it's Calling Strike is not that important because, as you saw, like T16 bosses melt, and if I get more multi, even like Feared will melt. But yeah, Belt Diadem Dawn, super good, super strong. Ignite, you inflict with attacks, deal damage 35% faster. Means it's like almost equal to 35 more damage. You know. Yes, it shortens the duration of an ignite, but hell, I'll take it. Like any day. Deal no physical damage. We don't deal physical damage. We convert it, so no downside. Boots, just movement speed, life, resist, and some chaos rest because, yes. So the way my take was different is Divine Flash, because I was dying, as I already said, when I didn't want to die. Dying is not really good, right? In this game, and I felt super squishy. I was trying to stack like a little bit of you know, small cluster jewels, large cluster jewels with whatever life leech and stuff like that, but didn't work quite. I went with Divine Flesh, and since then I maybe died like, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times yesterday. Yeah, super strong defensive layer. It can get pretty hard to cap resistances. As you can see, I'm barely capped, but it was 100% worth it. It's a super strong defensive layer. I have like maybe up to 70% fizz damage mitigation with my flasks up, as well as with the Pantheon. Around 65 to 75, right? 65 to 73, that is. And in Ultimatum, it's almost almost always above 70, right? And a very important note, you have to have Summon Lightning Golem at least level 22 for him to surpass a threshold. So like at 21, it gives 3% physical damage reduction, I believe, and at level 22 it gives 4, which we scale with our, you know, golem buff effect. So it's pretty important to have it at least level 22. Yeah, fizz damage mitigation, we take fizz as cold due to Taste of Hate. We have regen, we have armor a little bit, steel skin, pretty nice for this build. Maybe Mortal Call would be better, just as a left click as well, because I get a lot of mitigation. Take 50% LE as chaos, as well as maximum chaos res. Alright, so yeah, my rings are, this one is pretty tasty. I bought this, like the unveiled rings are pretty cheap these days. This one was like 15 chaos or 20 chaos, you know, pretty affordable. I wanted Dex, I wanted some life, and Min Frenzy with Frenzy Charge Generation, and an open suffix. I got this one, pretty happy with it. It's okay for the rest of my build. Ideally, of course, you want the not even sure which one on rings. I think life resist, right? You want Vermilion as much as possible, and or Ember Wake, or replica, not replica, but Barracks Respite, right? I'm not sure that Barracks Respite is super much value, but it has like some synergy with Wrath, because I reserve Wrath, and I'll come back to it in a bit. But yeah, I went with just life resist, dexterity, and frenzy charge generation. Same here, life, some flat accuracy, because without this ring it would be pretty difficult to cap accuracy, as well as an open suffix. This one was a little bit more expensive, like 35 KS or 40, something around those numbers. Okay, for a quiver you want a hunter piercing arrow penetrating, because pierce feels super nice on during mapping. You can do it without pierce because ignite prolif will do the work, but if you ignite like 2 rows of monsters, they burn even quicker. You want fire dot multi, it's a hunter mod. You want AoE damage with attacks as high as possible. Mine is like non-existent almost. It's pretty okay quiver. So basically you want fire dot multi, you want AoE damage with attacks, you want maybe some flat fire to attacks, as well as life. Other option, you can go with signal fire, it's pretty good. as a budget version, as a starter version, I was running with Signal Fire until I crafted this. I crafted this with Scorched plus Metallic, I think. Because Metallic drops all the physical nodes, and Scorched just, you know, increases the possibility of a fire roll. Guys, you can come onto my stream, you can ask me questions about like how to craft, how to build. I can take a look at your POB, we can, you know, figure stuff out. I'm here to answer all the questions you have, hopefully. And yeah, I'm not sure it's the optimal choice, but kind of works for me. I'll leave the POB below so you can check it. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you'll be like, it's too little damage for me. Well, good for you. It works for me. It's a very enjoyable playstyle, and I pretty much recommend it to everyone. So yeah, my links is Burning Arrow. It's level 20, not even 20 quality, but Val version of it. Val 21, 20, I think will be like 6-7 Exalted Orb or something, but yeah. Awakened Unbound Elements, Awakened Burning Damage, Deadly Ailments. I should probably Val it, by the way. Oh, 2010, okay. Greater multiple projectiles. And LE damage with attacks. This is the best gear. This is the best links that there are. Not even close. Not even remotely close. So this is how it's supposed to look. If you're having a 5 link, you should drop probably Unbound Ailments, because Deadly Ailments is the strongest support there is. There's also Swift Affliction, but it's not even close. Not even close. Like damage wise, on Deadly Ailments is a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, I'm running Wrath. Oh, Malevolence. Wrath is same damage as Anger, even a little bit more for some reason, but you know, we get everything to ignite due to Shaper of Flame, so it doesn't matter if basically all you want to do is you want to have your fire damage higher than lightning damage on average. This is not optimal, like I'm having a lot of lightning damage, but because as you can see, like my highest lightning damage is higher than lower fire damage, so like maybe 1 in maybe like 1 in 10 shots will not take advantage of this one, right? 25% more damage with ignites you inflict with hits, which is the highest damage type is fire. So it's okay. I probably should be running Anger, and I'll probably switch because I have enough strength. But yeah, Flame Golem, Stone Golem, Chaos Golem, Lightning Golem, and Ice Golem with Empower. You want Empower 4. It's pretty costly. I didn't want to spend because it still works like this. You want 20-20 probably. They will be more survivable than, you know, survive more than 21 golems. As you can see, I'm having 9 of them, so I cannot quite have two of each. That's why I have 1 Ice Golem, so that sometimes I will be without an Ice Golem, which is okay. 80% chance to hit. It still hits, and it ignite prolifs. That's why I prioritize this one less than others. Yeah, Wave of Conviction, Hex Touch, Flammability, and Combustion support. Super strong for bossing. Like Wave of Conviction by itself exposes enemies like -15 elemental res, right? -15 fire damage, fire resistance, and we Hex Touch Flammability, which is -44 more, and Combustion is -19 on top of it. So it's what, 63 plus 15 is 78 increased, decreased elemental resist. You know, on bossing it's mandatory. You can play around with this setup. You can go Arcanist brand, like Flame Wall or something, but I like this one more because it takes the same time to cast, and you know, it's pretty efficient. I'm having Flame Dash just for the movement. Cast on damage and Ball Lightning is a must-have in every Zov's Nurture build, because when we take a hit, right, a small hit, 500% damage, you get hit like for 500% in every ultimatum, basically, right? And in ultimatum, due to the thickness of packs, our Ball Lightning basically ignites everything, right? We have a 100% chance to ignite through our ascendancy. So not 100%, but always ignite. And ball lightning ignites, even though it's a lightning spell, and it tickles, right? Tickles everyone while it's flying, and every single one of those ignites is recovering 53% or 53 life per, like, you know, per tick, and you get like, I don't know, it's crazy amount of recovery. It's you might have seen my HP going back and forth. It's because Soft Nurture and Ball Lightning were doing a great job. And Steel Skin as a guard skill. As I said, you can go Immortal Coal or Steel Skin. This one is not struggling with strength, that's why I went with Steel Skin. As for the flask, Cinder Swallow is the best mapping flask in game. Hands down, Onslaught, crazy amount of sustain. And also for Ignite builds, enemies ignited by you during flask effect take 10% increased damage. So it means it's at least 10% more damage. Not at least, if you have more sources of enemies take increased damage, it diminishes, but I don't think I have those sources. But yeah, super nice for Ignite. Also adds a little bit of flavor, right? Green color. Taste of Hate, both offense and defense. Fizz damage as cold. I utilize it because I also cold taken is taken as chaos, which is 80% resist, right? So it's kind of, you know, balances out. So if I take a huge physical hit, I take 20 of first of all I mitigate like 70% of it, then I take 20 of those remaining of their remaining hit as cold, then that cold I'm taking as elemental damage, which then gets mitigated by primal ages. As you can figure out, it's pretty strong defense. It's a pretty good way of mitigating this. As by the way, ascendancy we take, of course, Shaper of Flames, the golem stuff, and I went for Bastion of Elements. People go with Shaper of Storm, Shaper of Winter. They want to chill, they want to, you know, shock, or even this for like more or less resistance, which is really strong too. But I went with defense, and it feels great. Bastion of Elements is very strong. I've never played with it before, and yeah, wow. And replenishes, like, super comfortable. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. Tree, I'm going with only medium cluster jewels because I don't feel like large ones are worth doing. I have a chaos one. It may be not efficient, but, you know, getting chaos resistance on gear is pretty costly most of the time. That's why I went with this. Some mana res nodes, just to get 2 big auras reserved, and clarity low level. It is level 7, which helps me to sustain mana in most cases, even in 60% less recovery. Yeah, otherwise this one is going to be in POB is going to be down below, and you can take a look. I think that's pretty much it. My Pantheon is Shakari because I take Chaos because of Divine Flesh, right? And Soul of Lunaris because of ultimatums. And yeah, as I said, it's a super strong build, super comfortable. On the other hand though, like, one of the bigger downside, it's pretty costly. If you are like an average player who has, like, I don't know, who can save up 10 Exalted Orbs to get started, then this one is for you. If not, unfortunately, like, you can start budget-wise, right? But then you have to invest into this one, into Anima Stone, which is currently 1.5x, 1 Exalt. Okay, it went down in prices. 1x here. A Primordial Eminence is 20c per, like 20, 30, sometimes 40c per, right? You want these cluster jewels, like with Burning, Blowback, and the other one. But yeah, as you can see, like best in slot cluster jewels are like 3-4 Exalted Orbs. I crafted these ones myself, but they were pretty costly too, like 1.5x each. So what is it? 4.5x, like 0.5x for both of those. It's 5 Exalted, you know, just to get the jewels. You want Mantra of Flames. I don't know how much that is, but I would assume pretty... I don't even know how much that is. Let me check. All right, it's not expensive at all, but not the point. But yeah, the Quiver 6 link, I bought this for 5 exalted orbs. Yeah, still 5x. Primordial chain is pretty cheap, but yeah, 10 exalted orbs to get the bases of gear. Pretty costly, right? But I mean, it rewards you. It is very enjoyable playstyle, and if you have like 5 to 6x and you're thinking of switching to a build, I'm telling you, people are playing this. There's a reason why people are playing this so much, you know. Alright, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, if you wanna hop in, if you wanna get acquainted, please come into my stream. I would love to see you there. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.